Hello. Can everyone hear me? Awesome. On behalf of the University of Denver, the Daniels College of Business and Entrepreneurship at DU, welcome to the winter edition of the 4impact Challenge. Thank you all for being here. My name is Joshua Ross. I'm going to be your host tonight. Let me make sure this thing works. It did work.
Hang on 1 second. Okay, go now.
Oh, there. I did test it. I think I got to stand over here. So the 4impact Challenge has taken place since 2012. It was formerly called the Madden Challenge. Over that time, we've given away $155,000 in prize money. We've had over 430 student winners, and we've had thousands of participants. We actually have students now in their 30s coming back to watch the 4impact Challenge that competed at one point in time. So the question is, what is it? Why are we here tonight? So our students that are in the audience, the 7 teams that are pitching tonight, are part of our Business 1440 course. This is our Introduction to Business course where we meld the language of business with the fourth industrial revolution technologies. Technologies such as IoT, artificial intelligence, extended reality, neurotech, biotech, quantum computing, drones, autonomous vehicles. I could go on for a while. The goal is for the students, for the first 3 weeks, we introduce them to all these technologies. And then at the end of 3 weeks, they self-select into teams. And at that point in time, they come up with a business idea using 2 or more of these technologies. And then throughout the quarter, they spend time with their teams developing first a Kickstarter video and then eventually an investor pitch, which you'll see tonight. And I'll tell you, it's a very fun process to watch. The question is, why fourth industrial technology in a business course? Well, it's our belief that this is incredibly important for our students to be fluent in these technologies, to be able to understand them, how to apply them, the ethics, the challenges of them, because this is what they're going to be involved in for really in their careers, whatever path they choose. And we want to make sure that we provide that to them. But the thing is, a lot of the students here, and I'm guessing most of them are quite young in terms of when they started engaging with technology, but we take a lot of these technologies for granted. There was a time where we actually had to be intentional when we connected to technology. So this thing that you see right here, that is 5 megabytes of memory. That was just 70 short years ago. That's the size of a low-resolution photograph, an image. And Bill Gates says he didn't say this, but a lot of people heard him say this, that 640K would be enough memory for every human. If you're doing the math out there, that's less than 1 megabyte. So when I talk about intentionality, what I mean is, in the olden days, in the 2000s, if you wanted to connect to the internet, you actually had to be intentional about it. These things up here are called modems. And you would go and sit down and unplug this telephone line, and hopefully nobody was on the telephone, and plug it into your modem, and then connect to some internet service provider and get really, really slow internet connections. But at the time, we thought it was great. But we had to be intentional about it. We had to plan accordingly to go do it. It wasn't always on connectivity, all access at any time. These were computer labs. They're no longer at the University of Denver. But if you had a paper to write, if you had to do research on the internet, you would go, and sometimes during the final season, you'd have to make a reservation to go into one of these computer labs to get access to the internet, to get access to digital technology. You had to plan for these things. But this all changed with this. This is one of the first cell phones, late 80s, early 90s. This was a block. It was heavy, it was inconvenient, it was expensive, and you know what? It didn't work everywhere. And you can't text on it. But what it did do is it untethered us from our homes. allowed us to be mobile and still communicate. It started to show us what was possible. And then all of a sudden, we got this computer in our pocket that each one of us has, more powerful than this room of computers up on the screen. And now, we started to be able to engage, always on, always connected. This takes us to the fourth industrial revolution, where now we have things that we never imagined or thought possible. We have things on our body that are monitoring us, giving us insight, allowing us to make decisions. We have 3D printed organs for prototypes, not yet put into people's bodies, but to test things, to try things. And the craziest one, we are now getting into cars without drivers. I mean, Uber, right? When Uber came out, they did this thing that was very crazy. Get into a car with a stranger. Now we're not even going to have the stranger in there. There's nobody in the car. So that's what's happened, this convergence of technologies, digital, physical, and biological. It's become the fabric of our lives. And that's why it's important for our students here at the University of Denver. So our students that are pitching tonight spent 5 weeks developing their idea. And then on Thursday, they pitched in front of a panel of judges, 2-minute pitches. We had 25 teams pitch. 7 finalists have moved forward, and those are the pitches you're going to hear tonight. So, before we get started, let's meet our judges. I'm really excited about this amazing group of judges that we have here tonight. Our first one is Mackenzie Langley, entrepreneur and founder of Lighthouse and a DU alum. Our next one is Dimitri Veleris, partner and founder of Adaptive Group, also a University of Denver alum. Christine Quine, financial and strategic advisor, and also a DU alum. And our final judge tonight, all the way from Australia, serial entrepreneur, founder and CEO of Attendees, is Jeff McQueen. Let's give a big warm applause for these judges for being here with us tonight. Okay, I promise this is the most you're going to hear from me tonight. So my last thing is, what are the judges using as criteria? Well, it's clearly stated up here. Do these teams clearly articulate the problem that they are solving? The solution that they come up with and they present, is it tied to the problem? And are they clear on how it uses 2 or more of the fourth industrial revolution technologies? Is it target market, their user, their customer, is it clearly defined? Is it feasible? If they put together a team of the right people in the right room with the right skills, could they build this and bring it to market? And finally, can they do it within 7 minutes? So this is our team, this is our criteria, and let the competition begin. Our first team to the stage tonight for the Winter 2025 4impact Challenge is Athlete Armor. Give them a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Last January, I was working out with my hockey team, doing weighted good mornings, when all of a sudden, I felt a tweak in my back, followed by a sharp pain. Stupidly, I decided to finish the rest of my set and the rest of my workout. For the next several days, I could barely move without being in excruciating pain, and it took several weeks of physical therapy and time off just to recover. I later found that this injury was due to a mixture of mild scoliosis, poor skating form, and lumbar hyperextension during exercises. 3 things that had never been mentioned to me before. Unfortunately, this experience is not unique. Over 3.5 million sports-related injuries occur every year, 42% of which cause the athlete to miss the rest of their season or the rest of their career. So what's the broader problem? Well, athletes tend to push through pain, which can lead to injuries that go unnoticed until they're severe. And current injury prevention methods are ineffective as they rely on subjective feedback and delayed diagnosis. This lack of real-time data in injury prevention can lead to lost time, high medical costs, and long-term setbacks.
Imagine being able to detect risks before they happen. Well, this is Athlete Armor, a smart compression shirt embedded with NPU motion sensors and an advanced microprocessor designed to help athletes stay at the top of their game. This is how it works. The NPU sensor measures acceleration, rotation, and orientation. It captures data to send to the processor, while the processor shares the data to our app in real time. From there, our digital twin technology creates a 3D model of the athlete's movement using the data that was shared from the processor. It is then presented to be analyzed. Finally, using generative AI, it analyzes the data. Initially trained on publicly available sports medicine data, it learns to detect improper form, potential injury risks, and it provides instant feedback to help the athlete train smarter and remain injury-free. Here, you can see the sensor and processor at work. The y-axis represents the acceleration of each sensor. The right side of the graph represents the right shoulder's movement, and the left side of the graph represents the left shoulder's movement. The Athlete Armor app creates a basic graph version of the digital twin that represents each sensor. If you select Get AI Analysis, scroll down, it shows you the feedback that is being recommended. With Athlete Armor, athletes don't just guess. They see, understand, and improve in real time.
So now let's take a look at some of our competitors. First, we have Sensoria, who makes sport-smart wearable technology. Sensoria, most of their products are basically a fitness tracker in the form of a wearable, so they track your heart rate, your steps, calories burned, etc. Sensoria does a great job of offering their athletes surface-level information to help them prevent injuries to an extent. However, their metrics are just that, surface level, and you can only do so much with surface-level information. Also, Sensoria has a really niche market targeting only runners and endurance athletes. Next, we have Catapult, our main direct competitor. Catapult does a nice job of blending injury prevention and performance into their product. However, they have to offer a different product for each different sport. Also, their performance analysis is mainly video-based, and their revenue model is based only for competitive teams to purchase their product. It's really hard for an individual to go in and purchase the product themselves. So, how are we better? Well, we offer those deep insights for injury prevention and performance into one product for multiple sports. And this product is accessible to all athletes. It doesn't matter if you're on a competitive team or if you're a weekend warrior. And finally, we offer those AI insights, which give you recommendations on how to improve and how to stay healthy.
We found in our survey that 76.8% of athletes are seriously concerned about a sports-related injury. That's why our target market includes athletes and fitness enthusiasts aged 18 to 22 who prioritize performance. These athletes are health conscious, go to the gym regularly, and adopt the newest fitness technologies. Our total addressable market is projected to be $4.17 billion by 2030, focusing on athletes, sports teams, medical, and rehab. Our serviceable addressable market focuses on US athletes 18 to 22 and is projected to be 86.6 million by 2030. Our serviceable obtainable market is 13 million by 2030, focuses on fitness communities and local sports teams.
Because we have an established connection here at DU as students, we'll be testing our product at D1, club, and intramural lacrosse events. At these events and practices, we'll be offering demos of our revolutionary product to athletes and spectators so they can get a feel for it firsthand. Once we've established our product here, we'll move out to the East Coast, where lacrosse is even more popular. And there, we'll introduce our product to competitive and club teams. Eventually, we'll move to other parts of America, and we'll start targeting different sports. But why are we targeting lacrosse? Well, as we know, lacrosse is very popular here and in the East Coast, and it has seen an 80% growth rate in the last 10 years. We feel lacrosse is the best sport to give Athlete Armor the best start. And finally, let's take a look at our revenue model, which is comprised of two parts. First, our shirt sales, which are obviously a one-time purchase and give you access to our free app and our digital twin technology. And second, our AI insights, which you can purchase through our app through a monthly subscription. Investors, join our team to help millions of athletes prevent their injuries and boost their performance. And remember, play healthier, play smarter, play better. Athlete Armor.
Good job. Christine, okay, are you guys good? Yeah, okay. A quick note, I was just reminded that I failed to bring this up. Our fifth team to pitch tonight will be discussing sexual assault. So if it's something that you're uncomfortable with, I'll mention the number of each team, but that'll be in number 5, the number 5 team, and feel free if you're not comfortable being here, getting up and leaving. But just wanted to make sure everybody was aware and comfortable with that. Okay, great way to start us off. So our second team to present tonight and the 2025 4impact Challenge is Aquawise. Please give Aquawise a big round of applause.
Good evening, I'm Devin.
And my name is Eliza. Our idea was cultivated by many stories from our team. Mine is just one of them. This is my beautiful family. They live in Cambodia, and right now, they're in a dry season. Now, normally during their rainy season, they'll collect rain. They'll go to the river to collect water, and if you think that's not enough, they also have to boil that water to make sure it is clean. Unfortunately, due to climate change, they've been facing droughts more frequently and for longer periods of time. For that reason, they cannot rely on rainwater, they cannot go to the river, and that leads to overconsumption of their running water.
This problem is so much bigger than just Eliza's family. Around the world, 2.2 billion people do not have consistent access to clean water. Meanwhile, in the US, we waste 1 trillion gallons of water a day, or enough for those 2.2 billion people in need to get 454 gallons of water a day. This is because most Americans don't know how much water they're using or the impact wasting water has. Did you know that globally, water use, storage, and distribution contributes 10% of greenhouse gas emissions?
We are Aquawise, a female-founded, owned, and operated company. We have a mission to help families reduce their wasted water and have access to the cleanest water possible.
We do this with our product, WiseTap. This small, adaptable device can easily secure to any faucet and track water usage. The purpose of this device is to monitor and decrease water consumption while raising awareness about this ongoing issue. This is WiseTap. Its three main features are an LED light which reflects green, yellow, or red, depending on how close you are to your daily water goal. An aerator, a crucial part in decreasing water, as we found that using an aerator decreases water consumption by 50%. And finally, our three-part filter system, which goes above and beyond other water filters on the market, effectively eliminating unwanted chemicals, odors, and taste in your water.
Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. For our WiseTap, you may think, ooh, water and technology. No, WiseTap involves hydrophobic materials and seals in order to protect yourself. We pair IoT and a water flow meter in order to accurately track the amount of water you use in a day, and it'll send it straight to our app. Our app, the first thing you'll see is our survey. Using our survey, our narrow AI model, Wise AI, will calculate that and give you a water goal that suits your needs. We've also beta tested this with volunteers. We keep in mind what state they live in, how many faucets they have, and how many people are in the home. They receive their water goals from there. Wise AI was trained through reinforcement machine learning. It was also trained to give you recommendations on how you can save even more water using data from our beta testing, your survey results, and data from your WiseTap. And hey, who loves a great competition? If you choose to share your water data, you can compete with other households in order to see who can save the most amount of water, and AquaWise will incentivize you for that. You'll have the chance to get a free or discounted AquaWise product from us.
Now, for our competition, we like to say that we're in more of a purple ocean, as no one is doing exactly what we are. Our direct competitors are existing faucet filter attachments and aerators. However, none of these products track water usage. Our indirect competitors is Brita, the water filtering jug I'm sure you're all familiar with, and Moen, which has a leak detection system that tracks overall water use by attaching to the home's main water line. However, this cannot give you detailed water data, is not renter-friendly, and does not filter water. We here at AquaWise do it all. We have our IoT water tracking system, our narrow AI integration, water filter plus aerator, and our easy-to-use app where you can compete with your friends and access all of your water data. For our revenue model, we have individual product purchases and our filter refill subscription. If customers choose to subscribe, they will save 20% on their filters, and we expect around 30% of our customer base to choose this option. So, who are our customers? Well, there are 200 million Americans in the US who already own some sort of water filter device. We hope to eventually capture around 1% of that market. Our total addressable market is the 81 million moms in the US, as they tend to make household purchases and care about our family's health. Our total obtainable market is the 40,000 moms right here in Denver, Colorado, who already own a water filter and care about minimizing their environmental impact. We plan on reaching these customers with our two-part go-to-market strategy. For in-person, we want to be able to talk to our customers and demonstrate our product. We plan on doing this by going to home shows and local farmers markets in the Denver area, as well as partnering with small hardware stores around the city. By year 3, we hope to be in nationwide home improvement stores like Lowe's and Home Depot to reach a broader audience. For our online approach, we want to first curate our own social media pages across platforms, as well as partner with small, eco-conscious influencers, directing people to our website where they can purchase our products. Using these strategies, we hope to sell 20,000 units within the first year.
Families like mine will have peace of mind, knowing that they can track, save, and filter their water all in one device. Support us in our fight to mitigate climate change. And to support families like mine, we implore you to be wise, save water, and choose AquaWise.
Good job. One of their friends raised up a thing telling they're at 6 minutes. It caught my eye for sure.
Okay. The third team tonight to compete in the Winter 2025 4impact Challenge is Magic Mirror. Please welcome them to the stage.
Hello, testing, testing. Okay, that better not count for a time.
When I was in high school, my acne was my biggest insecurity. I tried every product with no luck until finally something worked. But it never should have been this expensive, this time-consuming, or this challenging. But my story is one of many, as 40 million Americans struggle with acne, and it affects half of women aged 18 to 25. According to a survey we conducted with 90 participants, we found that 45% of women have experienced minor struggles in acne. Gen Z consumers spend over $2,000 a year on beauty products, yet many still feel lost. The reality is clear. Skincare demands a smarter, more personalized solution.
Introducing Magic Mirror, an AI-powered mirror that analyzes your skin and creates a personalized skincare routine with recommended skincare and makeup products. Its aluminum and micro niobium pattern structure makes it both a touchscreen and reflective. Users begin by creating a profile, answering questions about skin conditions, current and past products, and product irritations. Machine learning algorithms use this information when forming a diagnosis and making recommendations. Today, we are going to look at one of our current users, Ella. Ella is unaware of her current conditions. She was on Accutane, and she's on birth control. Using computer vision, the mirror scans and interprets Ella's skin. A true depth camera projects and analyzes thousands of invisible dots, creating a depth map and an infrared image to gather facial data. LED lights surround the mirror, ensuring the camera gets consistent imaging regardless of changing environments. Convolutional neural networks interpret these images, automatically detecting acne and skin texture. Neural networks are trained with HIPAA-compliant studies and cases and dermatologist databases with skin conditions and their treatments. This allows AI to provide Ella with a skincare breakdown, giving her insight into issues and how to treat them with a personalized skincare routine. Supervised algorithms use product databases to tailor recommendations based on ingredient compatibility. Keywords from the user's diagnosis help form these recommendations. For Ella, some of her keywords are oil-free or oil control because she has oily skin. These show up in the code for the algorithms that make her recommendations. Then, Ella gets to see the best skincare and makeup products for her. Augmented reality also allows Ella to try on makeup products virtually, eliminating the risks and stress of in-store product shopping. Products are uploaded via the cloud and processed with 3D modeling. As Ella frequently scans her face, the mirror will track her progress. As you can see, 22% of her face was covered with acne, but over time this went down. Unsupervised algorithms also refine recommendations, ensuring that Ella's skincare evolves with her. We are targeting women aged 18 to 25 with household incomes of $150,000 to $400,000. These women have skincare routines and prioritize health and beauty. 50% of this group has acne, narrowing the market from 11.7 to 5.9 million. 15% are in our income range, creating a target market of 883,000. We aim to obtain 3% of our target market in the first year, creating 26,000 units sold. This is because other skincare device companies were able to achieve rapid adoption early on. We also expect a 5% compounded annual growth rate across the next 10 years because of the rapid growth of the skincare industry. We surveyed 50 women in our target market, asking how helpful they found different features of our mirror on a scale from 0 to 5. For skin analysis, 83% said 3 or higher. For product recommendations, 82% said 3 or higher. And for progress tracking, 77% said 3 or higher, showing significant demand for our product.
According to this survey, we also found that trust is a common concern when adopting our technology. To achieve it, we will train our algorithms with large amounts of accurate, diverse data, and user data will always be taken with consent. The camera will only be activated when the mirror is on, shutting off after 5 minutes of inactivity to ensure user control. Then, when processing a user's facial data, we will only keep some identifying features to protect the user's privacy. We are bringing magic mirrors to standalone kiosks and malls. To start, we are targeting Cherry Creek Mall and 16th Street malls in Denver because they contain shoppers in our target market. With just one look, customers get instant, personalized product recommendations and can see exactly how certain shades and formulas work for them, showing them how magical our mirror is. We will also go to beauty conventions such as Cosmoprof North America, where the largest cosmetology retailers will be. Ulta and Sephora are the leading beauty shopping destinations for Gen Z, with 66% visiting these locations to shop for novelty beauty products. Our goal is to connect with these retailers to sell and promote our product.
Our only direct competitor is Samsung, which is in the process of developing a similar smart mirror. Our technology improves skincare outcomes by incorporating our users' history and progress into their treatment. Samsung also lacks our virtual try-on feature and has a limited product selection, while we account for all of our customers' needs by providing a wide variety of both skincare and makeup products. Magic Mirror also avoids all the downsides of seeing a dermatologist, like wait times, bias, and expensive visits that may not work. Instead, all the dermatologist can do and more is within reach in seconds.
If I had Magic Mirror when I was in high school, it would have changed my life. I can only imagine what it would do for so many young women today. So invest in Magic Mirror so everyone can reflect their best self.
Thank you.
Okay, our fourth team to compete tonight in this Winter 2025 4impact Challenge. Please welcome to the stage KitCom.
This is my Nana. In 2022, she was diagnosed with dementia. Unfortunately, she has just gotten worse, and what I have left are memories of when she made her crispy fried chicken every time I visited.
My babushka lives 5,698 miles away from me. That distance only greater by the sanctions that prevent me from visiting her. All I have are memories of her famous blinchiki.
Think to yourself if you would be able to recreate your grandmother's favorite recipe today. For the majority of Americans, the answer is no. In fact, 210 million Americans feel that they can never recreate a family recipe just right. We, as foodies, are daunted by the fact that home cooking is dying, and with it, our cultural traditions.
My name is Rochelle Guzov.
And my name is Lydia Smith.
And we are KitCom. KitCom is the innovative solution to individualizing and managing your cooking experience. With KitCom, users are able to use our AI system to generate a completely new recipe based off a list ingredient or change an already existing recipe so that you can make a meal that works for you.
Additionally, KitCom will suggest recipes that are culturally diverse based on people's favorite ingredients. Our machine learning supervised artificial intelligence has been trained on culturally diverse recipes, millions of which are available for free online to achieve this. Here's a look at our database. With an inputted regional ingredient, in this case, smetana, our AI will suggest substitutes for this ingredient that are available within the user's region. In this case, we have Greek yogurt, buttermilk, and mayonnaise. Here's an inside look at the more complex data inputting the user's preferences and restrictions.
After inputting their personal preferences into the KitCom app, users are able to scan any recipe, menu item, or grocery ingredient list, and our AI will create a customized recipe based on those preferences. Our scanning works through AI-powered optical character recognition that takes text, doesn't matter if it's handwritten, typed, or even another language, and makes it machine recognizable and editable. Our AI also boosts by our machine learning AI and natural language processing. This means that you can put the KitCom down on your table as you're cooking, and it's able to freely respond to you. So let's say that you're making something and you describe the way it tastes or maybe the way it looks, and it's able to tell you, well, this is what you could do to make it spicier. This is what you could do to make it have this specific flavor. So.
Additionally, KitCom will provide real-time feedback when making mistakes while cooking, such as maybe overcooking a dish or possibly adding too much salt. And this is an example of our app prototype. In this example, we have our user, Remy, and he has inputted some ingredients that he personally likes to consume. In this case, we have cheese and strawberries. And this way, KitCom will suggest recipes with these ingredients more likely. Also, you can see on the left is his homepage. He has some suggested recipes. And then there's also the search bar so that he can search recipes based on how much time he has, maybe if he has any dietary restrictions again, or just anything he would like to consume for the day.
Luckily for us, everybody eats food. According to our research, our target demographic is primarily women aged 35 to 60 with a median household income of $120,000 plus. Based on our research, you can see that 40% of our respondees either said that they don't know how to cook at all, are uncertain in their cooking skill, or rely heavily on step-by-steps. For our market strategy, we're turning to social media to reach a wider audience, specifically Instagram and Facebook, to reach our target market. For our more local market strategy, we suggested pop-ups at farmers markets every Sunday where we can just give information about our device and just allow people to see our prototype.
KitCom's revenue model is based on a one-time purchase, which includes all of the app's features and our KitCom smart device. We also offer a free trial for users to just explore the app's features and what it can provide. When it comes to the smart kitchen technology market, KitCom really stands out with the natural language processing, advanced AI, and machine learning to really create that customized cooking experience for you. An indirect competitor of KitCom is Samsung SmartThings Cooking. This mainly focuses on guided cooking and automated food prep. A direct competitor of KitCom is Yumly. And Yumly starts to incorporate some of those AI-recommended recipes based on some of their preferences. However, KitCom can do both these and more. KitCom will also provide real-time feedback, can scan and edit recipe photos, and will analyze user behavior and habits to really create that customized cooking experience for you.
At its core, KitCom isn't just about cooking, it's about connection.
It's about reviving tradition, bridging those distances, and making cooking accessible to everyone. With KitCom, no memory or recipe is ever out of reach.
Great job. We have 3 teams left to go tonight. So our 5th team to present tonight in the Winter 2025 4impact Challenge, please welcome to the stage SafeStep.
Consider the story of a college-age girl who went out a night with her friends, only to wake up hours later with no memory of the night and the horrifying realization that she had been sexually assaulted. This girl was my sister, and this event will live with her for the rest of her life. More than 1 in 13 college students have been drugged without their consent, with over 360,000 of these cases correlating to sexual assault. Now, think about a typical college night. Laughter, music, and friends enjoying a night out. However, beneath this seemingly harmless scene lies the hidden danger of drink spiking, causing blackouts, physical illness, and tragically sexual assault, with 80% of these occurrences affecting women. Among undergraduate students, 26.4% of females and 6.8% of males report being raped or sexually assaulted through physical force, violence, or incapacitation. In our product survey, we reported that 48.7% of respondents said that they had been drugged without their consent or knew of someone who had been drugged without their consent, and a staggering 73.4%, nearly 3/4 of our respondents reported that they had themselves been sexually assaulted or they knew of someone who had been sexually assaulted on a college campus. Common date rape drugs such as ketamine, GHB, and Rohypnol cause drowsiness, confusion, loss of muscle control, making it extremely difficult for victims to seek help or defend themselves.
Introducing SafeSip, a high-tech straw that uses the Internet of Things to detect date rape drugs in real time. SafeSip is a simple but powerful solution to the growing problem of drink spiking, especially on college campuses. SafeSip, growing solution on college campuses. It detects drugs in real time to ensure that users know if their drug has been compromised so they can act immediately. It works using a dual indicator system combining color-changing chemical reactions and an electrochemical IoT sensor that is programmed to detect date rape drugs, that is programmed to detect chemical compounds found in common date rape drugs such as GHB, ketamine, and Rohypnol. The straw detects both users' drink and saliva, ensuring that no harmful substance is detected. If a drug is detected, the straw shows colored lines as a quiet but clear warning. To ensure the user does not miss this alert, SafeSip sends a text notification straight to the user's phone. In a case of an emergency, SafeSip app has a one-tap button to call for help, immediately sharing the user's location so they can easily be found by emergency services. This same button can be programmed to share the user's location with a select circle chosen by the user. SafeSip is designed to look like any black straw, so it blends in at any party or social event. It is foldable, reusable, and easy to carry, enhancing its effectiveness. It also has a clip to easily attach to belt loops and keychains. With smart notifications, real-time detection, and emergency response features, SafeSip gives users peace of mind as they're at social events while staying safe.
Our target market consists of female undergraduate students aged 18 to 22 years old who frequently attend social events where alcohol is present. Astonishingly, women composite 65% of the proactive self-defense market, investing in their safety and well-being. Our survey found that 75% of respondents attend social events where alcohol is present at least once a month, and 50% of respondents reported that they have been concerned about their drink being tampered with. Our go-to-market strategy is to begin with the Intervene program at DU. We will be piloting and testing our product here. Intervene is a seminar for freshmen and transfer students here at DU to educate these students on issues concerning substance abuse and sexual misconduct on our campus. Then we'll move into other Colorado schools, such as these listed above, where they have high female-to-male student ratios or high reports of sexual misconduct or substance abuses on or near their campuses.
Finding direct competitors has been a challenge, but we have found indirect alternatives. NICAP offers drink covers, preventing tampering, but not actually detecting drugs. Smart Straws use disposable testing strips, ensuring manual testing each time. SafeSip, however, stands apart by using IoT technology in a reusable straw, promoting discrete real-time detection of date rape drugs. Our growth strategy focuses on word-of-mouth marketing in a one-time purchase model, ensuring both cost-effectiveness and sustainability. SafeSip's reusable design ensures real-time detection while protecting our users now.
These instances involving my sister and other students around campuses involving these substance abuses or sexual misconduct are not uncommon. Last year, my sister was this 1 in 13 statistic. Together, we can create a safer environment using our product, SafeSip. Invest in your health with SafeSip.
Thank you.
Okay. The sixth team tonight to compete in the 2025 Winter 4impact Challenge is, please welcome to the stage, iRun. Big round.
I'm Brooke.
And I'm Taylor, and we are iRun, revolutionizing movement and empowering independence. We set out with a goal to aid those who are visually impaired to engage in the joys of running and exercise outdoors without the use of a running guide. Meet Jared Clifford. Jared Clifford is an Australian Paralympian who is legally blind. He competed in the 2024 Paralympics, where he was disqualified in the 5,000-meter race when he let go of his tether between him and his guide at the final moment crossing the finish line. This moment of wanting independence across the finish line was a life-changing decision. Now imagine if Jared could use our product, iRun. Our glasses use LiDAR, ultrasonic sensing, and real-time cameras to create a 3D map of the runner's path ahead. It uses satellite imaging and GPS tracking to create and ensure and optimize a path forward for a runner. Additionally, by using AI object recognition, our glasses are able to recognize terrain changes, obstacles, and other impacts in the road that could
to ensure a safe path forward for our runner.
Here we have our prototype. On the front are 2 cameras that detect, or using LiDAR, they can detect objects. And on either sides are 2 more cameras that use LiDAR to detect objects. On the side are the 2 earpieces that use the AI automated signaling to communicate with the runner. Now we're gonna have Sophia demonstrate how our product works. Our product is also paired with an app that uses an AI automated voice, and I will be acting as the AI automated voice tonight. Do you have that app, the phone? Okay. When Sophia opens the app, the voice will begin speaking to her. Good evening, Sophia. How far would you like to run today? 2 miles. Would you like support during your run today? Yes. GPS signaling. Is this where you would like to begin your run? Yes. Okay, you're all start. Begin running. In 5 paces, stop. Object detected. Keep going. In 5 paces, turn right. Keep up the great work. Turn right again. All set. Your run is complete.
To connect with our customers, we are starting at the heart of the running community. We are connecting with local visually impaired running groups and athletes to share and test our product. We are also investing in an audio-first marketing strategy, including podcasts, radio stations, and online music platforms. We are also promoting a try before you buy program, which allows users to try the product before committing to buying it. This ensures safety, security, and a long-term commitment to our product. Our customers are visually impaired teens and adults who are looking for freedom and to be running without a guide. Additionally, our glasses are built for controlled running environments like tracks and paved paths.
Although in-person running guides are a great option for visually impaired runners, it doesn't allow for independence. And this loss of independence creates feelings of frustration, anxiety, and lower self-esteem for visually impaired runners. After talking to a visually impaired runner at the Anchor Center in Denver, Kelly, she reported that coordinating with in-person running guides is often a major complication, and finding a suitable replacement when they are available is another challenge. She also said that when her family or friend who is a trusted individual can't run with her, it's a challenge to find another suitable replacement. With our AI technology, runners like Jared Clifford will never have to face disqualification again. They can now run freely and confidently and independently. They will never have to rely on anyone else for their success. Our run isn't just a product, it's a revolution, redefining what's possible for visually impaired runners. Thank you.
This is our final team presenting tonight. At the conclusion of this presentation, judges, please follow John Sebesta back to the judges' room. And we're going to take about 12 to 15 minutes for the judges to deliberate and figure out who is taking home this trophy tonight. Figuratively, not actually. So I'll let you know what time we'll be back at the conclusion. But judges, once you finish scoring, John will lead you back to the judges' room. Okay. So our final team to pitch tonight for the winter 2025 4impact Challenge. Please welcome to the stage AeroGuard. Oh, you're right there. Good luck.
Traveling the world should be a dream come true. But for my best friend, Abby, it became a nightmare. She was exposed to black molds and will now live with an autoimmune disease forever. All because she didn't know it was in the air around her. Abby is one of 26% of travelers who return home sick, according to the FAA. The problem? While the air around you may look clean, it's oftentimes filled with harmful pollutants, like PM 2.5. These are particles that are smaller than 2.5 micrometers, like dust, soot, bacteria, and molds. And yet, despite the fact that they can't be seen by the human eye, they are responsible for 4.2 million deaths a year. That's more than the population of Los Angeles. And yet, no device currently exists that could save any of these people. That's why we created AeroGuard, the world's first portable, wearable, AI-powered air purifier and monitor, designed to detect, filter, and sterilize your air in real time. Take a look around, each and every one of you. We're packed in pretty tight, this room. And so are the billions of PM 2.5 particles that are in this air right now. Everything from dust to bacteria, maybe even a virus or two. But imagine how much worse for your health these particles could be if you were, say, squeezed next to two strangers on a long-haul flight. Or even sitting next to someone who can't stop coughing. That's why, when AeroGuard, you turn it on and it immediately works. Simply clip it to your backpack, jacket, or hat, and at the press of a button, it gets to work. Using our ceramic and flight-safe batteries and whisper-quiet bladeless fan, AeroGuard sucks in the air around you, purifies it, and sends it out to your personalized 3-foot bubble of protection, meaning that AeroGuard goes with you everywhere and can protect you almost anywhere. But let's break that down a little bit farther. As soon as you turn it on, AeroGuard's IoT-powered PM 2.5 sensors get to work, using their microscopic lasers to detect the size and quantity of the particles around you. This data is fed to AeroGuard's limited memory AI model, which has been trained on thousands of EPA data points, just like these ones, which is how AeroGuard can determine exactly what's in your air, with a range from, say, wildfire smoke to common allergen and pollen. This data is then used by our AI's decision-making matrix, as seen here. This is how the machine knows exactly what should be recommended to you, and allows AeroGuard to send notifications both to your device and your phone. But now remember, AeroGuard is cleaning your air all at this time, using our UOPA filters. They're 10 times more effective than the industry standard HEPA filters and capture 99.99% of particles. And because sometimes filtration isn't enough, AeroGuard also utilizes UVC sanitization to zap bacteria and viruses for you. That's why AeroGuard is like a seatbelt, an essential layer of protection. We may not be able to get rid of all pollution, but what we can do is ensure that you face reduced risk, especially when you're in high-risk environments. It's your bubble of protection. And this bubble of protection is exactly why AeroGuard is set to succeed in the $7.4 billion air purification market. Innovation is low, which is why our competitors haven't been thriving. But don't just take it from us. Take it from our consumer results. They're undeniable. 64% of consumers said that they were concerned about the air quality around them, and 93% said that they would be interested in a portable air purifier. Yet not a single one of them currently uses such an air purifier while traveling. And that's what I call an untapped market, which is exactly why our total addressable market is the billions of public transit and airline travelers worldwide. And our serviceable market is the 150 million Americans who are daily travelers, frequent commuters, or who live in high-risk environments. This brings our initial obtainable market to 3.5 million consumers. That is 2% of the air purification industry, worth $300 million. Let's break that down a little bit more, though. Our consumers are business professionals and travelers, but they are also between the ages of 35 to 50, make between $75,000 and $200,000 a year. And above else, they prioritize effectiveness. Because while these consumers may be able to afford a more premium product, what they can't afford is to be sick. Whether or not it's because of a high-demand job, pressing responsibilities, or a need to travel. Sound familiar to any of you? And it's exactly why we compete so well, is there is exactly no direct competitors. Because while AeroGuard is able to detect and purify using AI, no other competitor can. General air quality monitors can tell you what's in your air, but they can't do anything about it. And purifiers like wind may be able to clean your air, but they can't make personalized recommendations or warn you when it's time to simply leave. which is why with AeroGuard, we're not just launching a product. We're creating an air quality revolution using our marketing strategy. Our direct-to-consumer approach begins with a website, Amazon, and Kickstarter. And then it moves to our subscription model, which is part of our two-pronged revenue model, being product sales and subscription services, which is why we offer filter replacements, in-app customizations, and extra features. And then, of course, where AeroGuard truly takes off is our strategic partners. They'll be niche influencers at first, but later on, you'll be able to find AeroGuard at your layover in Dallas, inside any airport gift shop. This brings me back to Abby. She didn't know what was in the air around her could be dangerous until it was far too late, and she will live with these consequences for the rest of her life. But with AeroGuard, you and me, we have a chance to take more control over the air that we're breathing. So join us in changing the way we think about air quality. Because that air that you breathe, it should never be a risk.
Okay, that concludes the first part of tonight. Let's give a big, huge round of applause to all 7 teams. That was awesome. Well done. It takes a lot to do that. So judges, please finish up your scoring, and John will lead you back to the judges' room. We'll convene back here sharply. Please be in your seat at 7:50. There are cookies over there. Please enjoy yourself. We'll see you in about 15 minutes. All right, if I could have everybody's attention. Oh, yeah. We have a little bit of time. All right, before we announce the winners tonight, I want our judges to say a couple words. And so judges, please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you thought of tonight. Mackenzie, you want to start?
Oh, sure. Hello. I'm going to turn around. Hello. Okay. I just want to say I'm so impressed with your guys' presentation styles. The fact that you guys are freshmen for the most part, or even sophomores or juniors or seniors, getting up in front of a crowd can be really intimidating. I have competed in pitch competitions in front of like 1,000 people, and I know it can be super intimidating, but you guys were up on par. So congratulations, and the fact that you guys did all of that in just 5 weeks is really impressive.
Hi, y'all. Yes, I would echo the same thing. I would say your presence on stage and your professionalism, off the charts, off the charts. It's really hard to get all that in 7 minutes and be so compelling. You're all really prepared, and I loved all the innovations.
Hey everybody, Dimitri Valeris, DU alum of 2018. Couldn't have said it better myself. Really impressive what all of you have done. For 5 weeks, that's not a lot of runway, and you'll realize that as you go on throughout your careers, what you accomplish and what you were able to put together, but also communicate in such a succinct way in the course of 5 weeks is incredibly impressive. Makes me proud to be a DCB alum, and really great to see how well everybody did tonight. So yeah, great job.
Hi, I'm Jeff, echoing all of those great comments and just adding one extra one. The fact you guys did this in such a short amount of time with such a high quality is something to be incredibly proud of. And to take away when you're facing challenges, whether it be professional or entrepreneurial or anything like that, that moving fast and making decisions with 70, 80% confidence with very limited data is what's going to separate you from the people who are still sitting there in another 20 years thinking about what they could have, should have, would have done if they'd ever gotten off their tush. So good job. Keep going fast. Keep hustling and don't stand still.
This doesn't happen without a lot of people, a lot of time, a lot of work, a lot of effort. So first of all, I want to acknowledge the 2 faculty that taught these amazing students. So Scott Orgel and Neil Pollard, please stand up. And then to make this event happen, I want to give a big round of applause to all of our student helpers, our TAs. Big round of applause. always disappear when, oh, they're all the way in the back. Ashley Mercer, thank you. Okay, now we start the awards. And you'll get a big check, but you can't leave with it. And we have in the past, students were actually walking out the door and we had to chase them down because they're actually very expensive. But third place in the Winter 2025 4impact Challenge, Athlete Armor. Please. We'll take a picture of you and then a picture of you with your faculty. Nice work. You can hang out with it right now and take some pictures later. Well done, Athlete Armor. Okay. For second place in the Winter 2025 4impact Challenge, please welcome to the stage SafeSip. And before we announce the winner tonight, I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Truly appreciate it, everybody's engagement. And for the 7 teams that presented and got to this point, well done. If you're not one of the 3 that actually win, takes first, second, or third, doesn't mean you can't keep working on your idea. Doesn't mean you don't have a good idea. We have plenty of resources, financial resources, physical resources, mentors to work through your idea. And if you're sitting out in the audience and you're not a part of this, and you're like, I have an idea, reach out to me. Try something, test something, work through adversity. My students out in the audience, I know they're like, oh, Professor Ross, you always talk about this. But the things that companies, businesses, organizations are looking for are people that can problem solve, ideate, come up with really good solutions to real problems. Digital fluency, communication, teamwork, collaboration, these are all things that you learn in entrepreneurship. So make yourself uncomfortable a little bit. Try something, because I promise you, it'll put you ahead. Because as you start to look, as you move through your career here, and then you look at further at when you leave the university, you need to figure out what makes you special, right? Figure out things that you can do. And so that's my advice to you. And if you want help, reach out to these professors. This is what we do. This is what we love to do. All right, I promise I am done talking, because do not flip that over too early. Our winners for the 2025 Winter 4impact Challenge, the winner of the trophy tonight, come up to the stage, Magic Mirror. Well done. Okay, that concludes our event tonight. Thank you for coming. Be safe, and students, make good decisions.